Sorry, it's again not the Aisha video. As some of you know, I was at WeebCon this weekend, or the weekend prior, living it up and meeting the voice actor of Echo from Arcane, cause surprise, I love that show and play the game. Echo was always my main to the point I bought all his skins. I have made poor financial decisions, but Reed was so cool and so nice and like made the interaction so easy, if that makes sense. I also got to meet Cabal, a VTuber I really like. His model is so cool and he's such a fun person. I had to say hi and thank you, and he was even nice enough to sign my bag and even gave me some advice about making my own VTuber. Hint, hint. I also got to meet Dana Terrace, and I won't lie, the interaction was not as great. Like, we weren't fist fighting or anything, just the vibes felt off, but live and learn. I mean, it was like 11 a.m., so probably too early for excellent vibes. However, though, after that, I got to meet, well, not meet per se, since the line for Papa Mutt was capped before I got there, but I did say bye to him on Sunday, and he waved at me, and I almost died. Did I also mention I almost cried after talking to Cabal? No? Well, I did. And the best for last was Jabroni Mike. For the record, I've never heard of this man a day in my life till my friends showed me his streams and we went to his game show. And it was a lot of fun. I didn't 100% get the references, but it was still really fun. We even got to meet him after the show, which was nice, even got free soap, and we met him again on Sunday and had a pretty good chat. He also signed my bag, by the way. Also, apparently he does his game show with YouTubers, and well, hands down, I'd love to do it. So my beautiful Loves Art army, let Jabroni Mike know I'm down to clown. Better yet, I'ma tag him, yo Jabroni Mike, let me in. Anyway, the con was so much fun, and it got me thinking about a lot of things. But enough about that. So during the con, I completely forgot that the GasLight District's pilot was dropping. So imagine my sheer delight and panic at finally looking at my phone and seeing it. I never clicked something so fast or screamed so loud in my life. I have been waiting for this for a while. Granted, I don't know much about the GasLight District, as similar to Murder Drones, it has no comic or art drops. Or well, it does, but not exactly, as it's mostly just Ken the Butcher design updates, but the idea has been around since 2017, so I've been excited about it dropping for a while, and wow, does it not disappoint. The art style blends so well into 3D, the character designs are also expressive and different, even though the background characters are clearly copy and paste. I think it's an overall good choice, as it highlights the others more, and also highlights upcoming characters, which we will talk about, and obviously this is the pilot / first episode, so we're bound to get more characters here and there. Also, good God, is the world building to die for. Everything is explained so well, and it's not slapping us over the head with info or having our hands held as we learn how this world works and operates. Plus, in the end, we don't get everything answered. We still get enough mystery to get us to come back, and that's so good. That's how you do it, people. Wow. Now, let me kind of recap, or well, explain the overall story, as I'm sure most of y'all have watched it, but you know. Anyway, part 1. So in part 1, we get a brief intro about a prophecy about a human with black blood, and that humans now can't die, which is really giving Armageddon vibes. We're then introduced to the main characters, Ken the Butcher, Mud, Breadhead, and I want to say Melancholy, but I know that's wrong, who are called the Smiling Dead Gang. Most of the episode leans more on Ken and Mel, since it's revealed Mel is the human with black blood, and Ken is the one who found and raised her, which I'm honestly okay with. Yes, normally episode 1 is your introduction episode and where you have your main cast show their bare bones selves, but obviously you don't always have to focus 100% on every single character. Mel and Ken are clearly the overarching main characters, so they obviously get more time to shine and more development. I mean, we do get the bare bones of Mud and Breadhead. Like, we learn Ken made Breadhead and that Mud is, well, Mud. He's kind of all over the place, so I imagine his character will be the type we learn more about later on, because I feel like Mud is one of those less is more character, You know what I mean? Anyway, apparently one of their friends saw Mel bleed, and now the gang is hunting him down. We learn Mud and Breadhead don't know Mel is the human, so they have no idea why they're going after this guy, but they don't give it too much thought. They then catch him and cement him, which, wow, what a way to get rid of people who can't die. Constantly drowning for all eternity is sick. I love it. I genuinely love how we get to see how their immortality works in this world. Like, they can still rot, lose limbs, and be killed in a sense, but come back after a delayed few minutes depending on the damage. So cool! We then move on to part 2, which is a location change and a bit of a cooldown, and I feel I should point this out that it shouldn't be too much of a shock that the show is fast, as Glitch has a bit of a love for overly fast-paced pilots. However, the cooldown is nice, as it gives us some time to admire the art style and simple movements. I love the janky walking and layer skip-like appearance the characters have. It's kind of like if Arcane and Puss in Boots were fused together and made by Laika. You know, the stop-motion animation studio that made Paranorman. Anyway, I'm trying to say it's really good. The style is really expressive and blends really nice with the environment. Plus, I am such a slut for over-detailed painted 3D models. Like, seeing the strokes and line work just scratches my brain so hard. Ugh! Like, even the quick look at Mel's cut under her suit is so good, plus the small detail of her skin being a different color to her face, making me question if she's wearing makeup to look rotted. Anyway, the cooldown moment is again a bit of character interaction, as every character talks to one another, and we get to see the subtle dynamics that they already have and are forming. But we do get into the main point of the episode, which is Mel wants to steal the human egg and smash it, which she later admits to Ken is just so people won't think she's the human, which we already know she is. And we also get like these little hints that Ken has some beef with the virtues at Paradise Lost, a staircase to heaven, which, holy cow, virtue mention, let's go. And we do, as Ken agrees to the plan as long as Mel sticks close to him. And we get to part 3, which I should mention, we get these little text cards every time we get to a new part, which honestly makes the show feel like a video game, which hands down I love. Like, it's kind of giving Cult of the Lamb vibes, but obviously more, but anyway though, we get to see the Lost Paradise, and it's cool. Mind you, it's just the gate. When we go inside, it is a little bit nicer. However, though, the Virtue Diligence is way cooler. Well, sexier. However, though, before we get to the gate, we do see a sign that says Inferno, which I've talked about Dante's Inferno before, so to see it in a show is everything. Also, I need to dig more, because this is going to be like Gravity Falls, where I can't read anything that needs to be deciphered. And I'm really bad at that. But anyway, focus. Again, I love the design of the Virtue. This cyber brain robot with Pixar mom hips is everything. And I had way too much fun watching him walk around and eyeball Mud's junk, though I am curious what they want with body parts of saints, but the gang makes it in and the plan goes off without a hitch. Mud makes it to the security room and we kind of get like this weird possible breakup situation that I'm dying to know more about between Mud and this security guard, because like, damn. Breadhead makes it to the Angel area, and it's only when Ken and Mel make it to the elevator that Ken goes off on his own to the laboratory that we know Mel came from based on the previous pictures. He keeps ignoring her though, and then yells when she reminds him he said she needed to stay with him. And the dynamic that's forming is so good. Like, Mel just wants Ken to be proud of her and include her, while Ken is trying to protect her from, well, everything. We don't really know what the prophecy is or what it entails, but we know Mel being alive and walking around isn't great, but Ken can only do what he can to protect her. Plus we see, thanks to the beautiful visuals, that Ken's brain is kind of messed up. It's constantly switching when he gets upset, and I'm desperate to know about the backstory behind that. But anyway, Ken says he'll meet Mel at the stairs, and of course everything falls apart as Ken beats to death another Virtue, Temperance, who says he's never told anyone about Mel. But before all that, we see this giant egg, and like, it's got me thinking, is that the egg Mel came from? Like, not specifically the egg that Mel came from, but like, did this egg give birth to the Mel egg? It doesn't make any sense, because like, is it another kind of egg? It's too big to honestly be like a human egg, but hopefully we get more info on it, though I'm not too sure since Ken set the room on fire. But we do get to see a photo of the Virtue holding baby Mel, which, aw. But while all that's happening, Mel made it to the top of the stairs, and Mud gets his head shot off and the alarm goes off. Mel is trying to get like a decoy egg basically, while the giant angel bird lady mentions she knows Mel is the human and that the prophecy rings louder each day. And it's like, what do you mean by that? Mel has made no mention or even really understands her role, so like, what is she for? And this is like my Armageddon Christianity indoctrination shit coming at me. I want to assume that Mel might be like a reverse Antichrist, but I'm not sure. But honestly, I can't wait till we dive more into it. I love a good mystery. Anyway, she's getting her ass handed to her, but like, is able to get an egg, only to end up falling down the stairs into Ken's arms. And this man has the nerve to ask if pinky promises mean nothing. Like, sir, you altered the pinky promise you made before all of this. So yeah, Mel can do what she wants, but they managed to make it back to the truck. However, though, the giant angel bird thing mentions that the angels will guide Mel on silver wings, so that's a small hint to what's to come and how it'll play out. How? I have no idea. We then also get to see magic used when Bread inhales rising yeast, which, I was wondering how he worked since he's made completely out of bread. But so far, I'm loving how this world functions and how spells are used. I'm almost certain Breadhead is a golem type monster since most golems' magical focal point is around their heads. And we see that Breadhead is very head focused. Even his name. Anyway, they are able to escape and make it back to their town, but not after destroying this baddie. Why do all the hot ones die first? Ugh. Now we are finally at part 4, where Mel's plan is finally coming to an end, though I have to ask, how was Ken able to hide all her cuts and blood before getting home? Small details. Anyway, the town is buying the lie and the ceremony begins. Mel is obviously uncomfortable with everyone being so excited to kill the human, which like, yeah, I'd be too. Like, you want to be a part of this world so bad, but everyone openly hates you, but you have to keep that part of you a secret, which just like total mindfuck, guys. And it doesn't help that Ken's speech is a little too good, but we do learn that Mel's existence does threaten the whole immortal thing going on. How much of that is true? We'll just have to wait and see. But of course, shit hits the fan when Mel goes to smash the egg and it starts to hatch and out pops this cute little angel. I hope it sticks around. The episode ends with Mel asking what do they do now, and we cut to a few scenes and the narrator giving, I guess, like a hint to what's to come, and we see Diligence is alive! Yay! Also, I don't always watch the credits, but man, the art and song that plays at the end had me over analyzing like crazy, cause like, I swear these are probably the 7 deadly sins, and if they are, they look sick. And at the very end, there is a like flash warning thing, and it basically says that people false reporting about the human will be prosecuted, which I 100% guarantee is a hint to the next episode, which has me so excited. Y'all don't even know. Final thoughts. So yeah, this is by far my favorite pilot that Glitch has put out. It's pretty much got me hooked, though it probably helps that it's a story style I like best, which is biblical lore mixed with fun gore, unlike another show, which yes, I shouldn't compare as this is just the pilot. However, though, when we get more, I might compare as the settings are a bit similar, but obviously there's a deeper story / mystery going on that I am dying to know more about. I truly love a show that involves the audience in deciphering and theorizing together, plus just like Arcane, I love all the small hidden details. It makes rewatching that much more fun. I cannot wait to see where this goes, as a lot of the shows Glitch has under its wings always seems to get better as time goes on. Well, Murder Drones wasn't exactly better as time went on, story-wise, but it was extra fun since it didn't take itself too seriously, or keep in sync with the previous episode, but it's robots that kill, so I can't really complain. But anyway, I'm genuinely happy and excited. This project is finally here. I've only ever gotten hints or small whispers about all what was going to happen, which honestly good on this show for keeping all the fun stuff hidden. Also, I am 50-50 on my overall comment about the pilot spoon feeding us info. Yes, it kind of repeats the info, but it does it differently each time. Like, each version of the info is made to make us think something is not right or someone is lying, which works if you're trying to keep a mystery going. Plus, like, it makes sense everyone knows something, but knows different versions. That's pretty much how word of mouth works. Things get crossed, rumors get spread, truth is hidden, so that's why I'm 50-50 with it. Like, I get people seeing it at face value will be like, how many times are they gonna tell us the same thing? But it's like, are they? But yeah, I think if it's toned down a tiny bit, then all's good from my end. But yeah, this was a great start and I can't wait for what's to come next. I will be reacting to this, so look forward to that. Also, this time, I promise, next video will be Aisha and everything else I have to do. Anyway though, no new members to shout out, but we got new supers to add to the wall of teeth. Welcome Miss Jasmine 305, 4'10", and Jungle Bat 2139. Onto the wall of teeth you go. Ha 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 ha. Also, thank you to the other members. You have my heart. Also, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on my socials right here. And if possible, hit that join button or super to join the board of teeth. It really helps out the channel and me. I hope you all have a super fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!